Think about his roster. He can play any of those bigs together because they traditionally play two bigs on the floor. Now, he loves Garrison Brooks as the best defender, and when you're playing against a guy like Justin Champagnie.
Runner in the back come the Blue Devils. A couple of freshmen in the backcourt. Jeremy Roach, number 3. DJ Stewart, number 2. That's Jamin Brakefield. It's their time now to respond because momentum continues to shift in the Blue Devils' favor. And had that shot gone down, it would have been a 2-point game. A lot of dribbling right now. Roach thought about getting it into Johnson. Now they reverse it. Shot clock at 7. Roach sneaking inside, reverse, no good, and another rebound for Champagnie. And Jalen Johnson, I believe, just fouled out of the game.
Points of the afternoon.
As a guy maybe slowly coming into the scouting report, wasn't part of it early on in the year.
Champagnie the rebound off of the miss. Scoring is concerned.
Well, he lit the fuse. He's letting other people do some work now.
7 of 12 from beyond the arc for the Tigers in the first half. The Panthers have made 4 of 6. There's Sims. Comes up a little bit short. And Champagnie absolutely skying for that rebound, Mike, and he makes it look easy.
8-0. 2 minutes into the game. In Pittsburgh, Duke is 5-3 on the season. The 3 losses at home to Michigan State, at home to Illinois, at Virginia Tech. They are 3-1 in the league, but the 3 wins have come against the 3 bottom teams in the ACC. Off a knee injury, never looked like he missed a beat. 24-16 against Syracuse on Saturday in his return. 17-10. At half,
Duke took at 16:06. It's been a 7-0 run since. And a lot of us, we watch Synergy. Synergy would tell you the same thing. Duke has a good adjustment out of timeouts, and they're usually successful.
Champagnie with a block on Johnson. Joey Baker inside. He has it rejected, and it's off his fingertips out of bounds.
That's the one area that he's got to develop. You need to be a knockdown shooter because then it leads to long closeouts. Long, hard closeouts leads to drives and more opportunities, not only for yourself, but for others.
And now guarding Jalen Johnson at this end. Games where you learn a lot about a young team. Duke's got 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores in the game. Hurt got a height advantage on Champagnie. Tough shot won't go.
Schedule with Packer and Durham. They'll break it all down with the highlights of the biggest games. It all starts at 7 a.m. Eastern time right here on ACC Network. Corey, he's into hour number 3 of the day at 7 a.m. Breakfast, the first workout of the day, that's already gone.
I got to talk to my man, WD.
Firing out of the gate, hit a couple of threes. Then he did nothing for about 11 minutes. Now a flurry of points here down the stretch of the opening 20 minutes.
That was great coaching and execution on the underneath out-of-bounds play to get Champagnie.
Zion Williamson, R.J. Barrett, all these guys we know about. But the reality is, college basketball is built to develop kids. And this guy, Matthew Hurt, he's struggling tonight. I know they vacated, they went out and took the perimeter, but you have to be present in the sense that you've got to get that ball out of that weak spot of the zone, not allow him to square up a jumper.
I think he heard all of that big 3 talk that I've been doing tonight. He's had enough of that. He wants in on that action. Stewart for Duke.
Awesome. All the sounds.
You know what? You think about the places that have had people this year. Clemson, this place, a very tough place to come in, more of a home court. Florida State.
So I expect very good things to come out of Greensboro next week.
Let's see, too. Clemson only 1 offensive rebound for Pitt so far in the game, and that's what they do. 13 on the year. That's what they average.
So Honor tries it again from the right side. Sims tried to save it, hit that stanchion awkwardly.
Players in the ACC, they average over 50.4 per game, but also 23 rebounds and over 10 assists combined. So that's the leadership group of this team. Of course, Jeff Capel, Jason Capel, you know, the coaching staff, they're the true leaders, but you have to have that reflect on the floor.
Have finished first, and second in the nation in rebounds per game in the last 4 seasons.
right now first nationally at 43.5 total rebounds per game. And so this could be another one of those years as
got into just under his nose and in his lip. But he went directly to the line and get the layup.
Tigers with 16 assists on 25 made field goals, outscoring the Panthers in the paint 26-12. And their largest lead, 18 points in the game.
Percent from three as well. About 20 points a game during that stretch.
Champagnie grabbed it.
In the zone, but back to the offensive rebounding. Baycott is third at 3.1. Then Audice Toney is fifth in the ACC with 2.8 offensive rebounds a game. So offensive rebounding will be a key for both teams in this one.
Well, you mentioned Day'Ron Sharp and a traveling violation, wearing number 11 for North Carolina.
All three of these guys playing extremely well simply because they don't have a lot of offensive firepower from the remainder of their roster.
Pull up pop by Davis. That won't drop. Champagnie with another rebound. So under 5:40 to go. Here's Love with a shot clock now inside 10. Caleb Love, the gifted freshman from St. Louis. Some skills tonight.
But it's a challenge when you're in that zone. You often identify a spot to get to and not identify a threat.
Not running, get to the free throw line, which served them well in the first half.
8 points in the second half for Champagnie. Tigers are undefeated this season, 6-0 when they score 70 or more points. They're up 72-57, closing in on 3 minutes to go. Shot clock at 4 for Trapp. Needs to recognize and shoot, and does.
Didn't hit the rim, so not.
COVID-19 has been doing to college sports, with all that he has been through with the national titles, all the players he's put into the NBA, 15 points a game. You talk about his great passing ability, but he can burn you by scoring it too. Black, a determined drive, and rejected. Champagnie came away with it. And now Pitt trying to go around the back is Johnson.
It's a feel-good miss. You were ready to take it over as soon as you got it back.
Absolutely.
And looks like that'll be basket interference. Yep, and it will. I think that's a great one against Virginia Tech. And then Notre Dame will be at the Pete to take on Pitt at 8 o'clock Eastern. Wall-to-wall ACC action on the ACC network a week from Saturday. A rejection for Champagnie.
Kuda with the basket for Pitt.
That's a huge bailout for him. I talked about lack of shot blocking.
Champagnie elevating. How about Trapp? That's a 3-ball.
Played against. So he gives that to his team. But right now, out physical is not a word. But if it were, that's the word I would use for what's happening to his team.
Traffic underneath. The ball is stripped away. And back come the Blue Devils, led by DJ Stewart. And the rebound to Champagnie, who's an absolute monster on the glass, averaging better than 12 rebounds per game as a 6'6" wing. He had it but lost it. You could see the frustration. He knew he had an easy 2 points if he could have corralled that. Good defense by Champagnie, keeping Roach off the baseline. Now Roach for 3. 8 points. And now they forget about Toney on the weak side, but what a recovery by Johnson. Stewart wide open.
It says the rebound came to Jeffress, but here come the Tigers. Trapp had it knocked away. Crafty move from Champagnie.
To fire that 3-ball, that's for sure.
Yeah, the turnover waste maybe would have been the best defensive possession for North Carolina all season long. And Champagnie comes in and picks up 2 more points to the second chance points for him.
Short. So there's a bit of a window opening up here, a window of opportunity Champagnie will try the baseline. Got bumped there and no basket. He got hit before that.
Terrific three-point shooter. Misses that one. 44% on the season. Xavier Johnson somehow completed the play and give him an assist on the bucket by Champagnie.
That's good.
We are one Tony rebound away from two different Panthers already having a double-double in this game, and Champagnie just beat everybody down the floor.
You might be able to walk it off, but we're going to have to keep an eye on that when he comes back in. If he comes back in.
Duke turns it over. Xavier Johnson, a three-year starter, back to Champagnie. His fourth three of the game. He's up to 28 points on the night.
You're really rolling offensively, and then you want to run clock, and you take your foot off the gas, and sometimes it's tough to regain that momentum.
Long rebound after the miss by Hunter Tyson. Champagnie puts it in.
That was 2 on 4.
Both within and beyond their program, Duke just outside of their program.
I think in terms of games played and how we value that, in terms of the development of the team, how far along they are, if Champagnie hits another one, wow. Area, but pressuring the ball much better, not allowing Pitt to pick out their passes. God, that was a lot of P's, wasn't it?
Champagnie, 16-footer, and he continues to add to a huge night.
Getting back.
Absolutely. This match is the largest lead of the game for the Tigers from the first half. It's a long rebound. Champagnie got to the rim this time, spinning around the defender.
Solid low box move, and that's the thing. Pitt's got to get stops.
Champagnie on Tuesday against Wake, coming off of his 13th double-double of the season with 20 points and 13 boards.
Another clear out for him.
Runs into Tyson, a little bit of a fadeaway, and he hits it.
All three levels he can score at.
7 points now, Mike.
One problem that you find when you play zone against North Carolina, it is difficult to find a man to box out, and North Carolina's already so good on the glass. Zone can present challenges defensively.
Tony will kick it back out. Shot clock now factored down to 5 here for Pitt. Johnson trying to penetrate, got it up there, but couldn't get it to go. The second effort by Champagnie, the nifty kick out, got a good look there, but
causing some confusion for North Carolina defensively. But give the Tar Heels credit, they're trying their best to stay with these guys. But when you are trying to take the ball into the painted area against North Carolina, you've always got to recognize the shot blockers. Armando Bacot coming up.
Too about some of the young guys you see on the floor. That's one of the things they don't understand. They don't understand the effort given at this level. The sense of urgency on every single cut, every single pass, defensive rotations. That matchup with them earlier this season, but I have a good feeling that we're going to see that again sometime. I just hope it's really late, maybe April.
It would be really late. It would be in April. It wouldn't even be in March if they were to meet. DJ Stewart, the freshman from Chicago, with a three to tie it. And then guess who is in the right place again? Justin Champagnie.
Games they scored over 80 points. They had 10 three-pointers attempted in the first half and did not shoot 50% in the half for the first time in their last four halves. So I'm sure Coach Williams,
man, Champagnie.
Just throw me all off my thought, Justin. Who cares what I was talking about North Carolina?
In this contest, and back to that play.
Well, Justin Champagnie, he's heard enough about this front line of North Carolina. He wants to talk about what he can do against them. And right there, going with the left hand. And sorry, Leaky Black, but you're going to find yourself on it.
Champagnie's been in double digits all season long, Mike.
Only a handful of Panthers in the history of the game. And that's a nice floater that had done that, had double-figure scoring in every single game of the season. But Daw's not bad. I mean, 38% for him from behind the arc. And then, for early on, Clemson is getting some very clean looks from the line.
That last three by Champagnie, his first points of the afternoon.
Really first touches that he's had.
Exactly. And nothing close to the rim so far, Mike. There's another three attempt from Champagnie. It's too strong in the board.
when Baycott was at Trinity Episcopal School and lost to Xavier Johnson under Coach Joe Wooten at the Bishop O'Connell.
Oh, nice look there. And inside for the easy two for Coulibaly, but that's a terrific pass by Champagnie.
To issue the warning on that one. Our officials are just doing what they're, taught to do. That's not on them. That's on the NCAA for the rule.
In and out by Champagnie, who hasn't missed many of those tonight. Coulibaly, great hustle from the knee. Champagnie will lay it off with a slam. The easy two.
A 7-0 run right now, up by 5. 2.5 to go in the first half at the Peterson Event Center. Good ball movement. Tony wide open, misses the 3.
So that's 9 made threes on 18 tries in the game for the Tigers. And even I can figure out that that's 50% from beyond the arc.
Solid math.
You talk about the rebounding for North Carolina. They are the #1 rebounding team in the country. Nice strike there by Champagnie,
who made a terrific feed to the cutting Jalen Johnson for the easy slam. And there's where Champagnie can really do some damage, sneaking around on the baseline. Little pressure here. And Odekale gets it over for Pitt. But Duke has definitely stepped up the intensity at the defensive end. The problem for them is Champagnie can score in so many different ways.
Feet a little bit. You have to play harder than you do in a man. You can't cheat at all in a zone.
Pitt has not made a field goal in 6 minutes until now. And who else? Champagnie, who's now got 30.
That Pitt, with a win tonight, would put them in the field. And North Carolina on the last 4 buys most likely would keep them in the field. They may be, losing the bye and being on the last 4 in the tournament at Champagnie. Right now, it's been called a 2. They will review that in the timeout.
4-6 now, 5-7 from the field. Not a high volume shooter, but very effective.
Baseline jumper.
Champagnie he's trying to put the team on his back right now.
A North Carolina resident, grew up in the state of North Carolina, and knows how big this game is for his team and his program.
Xavier Johnson wearing that #1, such a key man for the Pitt Panthers, looking at their starting lineup. And right out of the gate, Champagnie off to a quick start.
That he gave us more of a global answer than he did talking about basketball. It was more so about what our country, what our world has been through over the past year. And, of course, reflecting on today as well as Kobe Bryant's passing 1 year ago today, and how many things we've seen as a country and been through since then.
Well, pretty smooth start here for Champagnie. Many misses in the second half for North Carolina, especially from two-point land, where they've just been amazing. They've made 26 out of 38 tonight. And before that miss, they were making 70% of their shots in the second half. Champagnie continues to get good looks.
Champagnie for 3. What a half. 17 points now for Justin Champagnie.
Tech has had some fans in their building as well. How about Georgia Tech? They've won 6 in a row after their win yesterday. In fact, their last loss was right here when Nick Honor backed in the three-pointer to beat the Yellow Jackets late in that game. Deep into the shot clock now. Champagnie. He's behind the line, and Champagnie's got 3.
Yeah, you have to honor it. 34